Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Sunday, the 11th of January, 2025. Starting off, synoptic midnight last night, we can see these areas of low pressure out to the west with a very messy series of frontal systems in the North Atlantic. A bit of a high down to the south there over Spain, but it's not going to give us much help for the next few days. By midday today, you can see these sort of two defined lows here, one to the west of Ireland, one just off sort of between Scotland and Iceland there. Uh, Series of fronts stemming from there, this warm front being the biggest issue for us, and that's going to be passing throughout the day. Looking into the next few days, cold front passing overnight and potentially a bit of a gap tomorrow, but likely to be quite unstable and damp air, as well as having a warm front to the south and this trough coming in as well. Likewise, into Tuesday, sandwiched between these two opposing fronts here, and possibly a gap behind these cold fronts into Wednesday. Back to today, very, very thick cloud, as you can see across the whole UK, and that's going to be thickening and lowering in its base as the day goes on. See plenty of rain showers, lots and lots of wet weather up to the north in the UK. And we're expecting showers to come through here, thickening or increasing as the day goes on. Just looking at the Met Office prediction here, we can see rain really starting to ramp up from the south and southwest in our area and essentially be wet for the remainder of the day after about 10 o'clock this morning. And that's all the way into the late evening and early hours of tomorrow morning. The idiom observation, they're showing 150 degrees, 14 knots, so southeasterly wind with a few clouds at 1,600 feet and scattered at 8,800 feet, and then a solid base from flight level 100. Relatively sort of moderate pressure actually there of 1016 locally. And the Taff at Farnborough is fairly extensive there, as you can see, predicting light rain increasing with gusts as well towards 25 knots and lowering cloud base with heavier rain and drizzle as the day goes on. Winds aloft, pretty strong indeed to the south of us, 180 degrees, 45 knots at 1,000 feet, and the north 180, 35 knots at 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet, that's looking at 50 knots. And you can see, looking at windy here, quite a strong breeze across the airfield. Local Met Office forecast showing rain throughout the day, particularly during that lunchtime period. 17 knots gusting in excess of 30 at times of poor visibility and very high humidity. Temperature of around 4 or 5 degrees, the dew point of not too dissimilar, about 3 or 4. And presently we're up to 3.6 centigrade for the air temperature and a dew point of 1.8. That's the south side webcam looking west, so that rain not quite arrived yet, but we can see some lower cloud on the horizon. This windsock here, completely at a right angle there, showing the strength of the wind. And a very quick look at the sky sight cross section, showing heavy rain and low cloud base from about 12 o'clock onwards. No times, nothing to affect with that forecast. And we'll move to the local briefing. Some various glider bookings there. K21's on booked flying and casual list, but based on that forecast, that's not going to be an issue for us. Supposedly one movement at 12 o'clock, a departure from a 727. We'll see if that goes or not. And in summary, we've looked and seen that we have low pressure to the north and west with a passing warm front and expecting strong southerly winds with heavy rain later on today. On that basis, the flying for today is scrubbed and we'll try again tomorrow. But if you have a good day, whatever you're doing, if you're in the clubhouse, I'm sure I'll see you shortly. Otherwise, have a good day. Thank you.